Hello everyone, this is FallenDice, and welcome to episode 6 of Burpcraft Feed the Beast with FallenDice. So, last episode, we, basically built our mansion, and I thought about it and decided I really don't want this thing to just be the center point of like 2 or 3 episodes, as we're going through and doing all this stuff. So instead of just kind of coming in and basically, here we are, this is what I'm doing now, this is what I'm doing now, I just went ahead and started working on it. And I may kind of pop in at different times to, show off, whatever it is that I've done to be able to show off and say, hey, here we are right now. But I'm not going to make creating this a big part of these next few episodes. That being said, I figure what we'll do is I will at least show you what I've done. And the majority of what I've done, and I'm kind of putting in the hallway carpets and things like that, but was the entranceway. I always had big plans for that, and that was kind of one of those things I really wanted to get right, and so now I'm ready to show it off. I also did some changes using the microblocks again, so you can see this front porch area here now is a little bit more lit up, and I think it makes the pillars stand out a bit more, so I really kind of like how that turned out. I also took away that door up there. I'm just not going to make it accessible. I mean, if you want to fly up to it, you can, but it's not accessible from the inside, so there was no need for a door. But anyway, let's go and head on in, and here we are. So we've got some shrubberies, which I think look pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of the grass. I may look for something else to put on here as opposed to the dirt block or grass block, but I haven't figured it out yet. Threw in a couple chairs here in front of the fireplace, although might want to move them back a little bit. I'll have to look into that. With, of course, the elevator block going down centered right there, so it's a kind of nice center point to the room. Couple tables and chairs with some libraries off to the side. I changed the floor into a actual quartz floor, so it's a luxury apartment, so you would expect to have some kind of really fancy floor. And then I took away the old wooden stumps here for the staircase and put in more of a marble-ish looking stairs themselves. So you come in here, head up the stairs, and you get this little walkway that overlooks the entranceway, and that's how you get to all the different rooms up here, which right now they're all just false fronts, so I can basically put whatever type of material I want. But another thing you can see is we've got, using the micro blocks, I changed it from the solid blocks, so the outside still has these quartz bricks, and then the inside we've got kind of a grayish. I like how it looks. And then I kind of changed the window inserts to be more full quartz, so I think that looks pretty cool. And then you can see I put in some chandeliers on some quartz pillars with the kind of these fancy quartz marble panels, whatever. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. The rest of this is just going to be kind of fleshing out. Black carpets for the hallways, and then the different rooms will have different walls, different carpets, all that kind of stuff. But again, like I said, that's not what the episode's for. Today's episode, I want to try a couple things. Number one, I need a better place to get our resources. I'm still going to be, quarrying out these areas here and then filling them in as we make all of our different domes, which that one's almost ready to start work on. But I want to do it in the deep dark. And again, like I've said before, I don't want to use someone else's deep dark. I want my own. So plan today is to do our very first activating my first sigil. I've had to activate a sigil before that was given to me, but I've never actually done it before. And then playing with my first unstable ingots as we try to actually make a portal for a deep dark entrance. So that'll be kind of cool. And then I've been thinking, And like my plan over there was to make that a desert. And I do want a desert in my first 2 or 3. But I've also been wanting to maybe get into some of the other types of mods in this game. And one of the ideas I always had was when I got into Thaumcraft or some of those types of mods, that the best place for that was going to be like a swamp with a witch hut. You know, we'll create a normal, like a witch hut, like a vanilla witch hut that we'll kind of work a little bit out of. Some land spaces behind to set up all the other things we need. But I thought that would be kind of a cool thing to do. So I think our next dome that we do is actually probably going to be a swamp now instead of the desert. The one after that can be a desert. And then maybe we can start looking into some of that kind of stuff. I've never done it before, so it should be kind of cool to learn those things. So like I said, I'm going to keep playing around with this here. Got some time that I want to use to try and work on my mansion a little. And then I'll get the stuff together and we'll try to do the ceremony to get our sigil activated. And then look into starting to work on our deep dark. Maybe get a quarry going. And then we'll see how far into this episode we are, and then we'll see, maybe we'll do a little work there on the dome and get that started to go for our swamp as well. So anyway, I'm going to go off, get some work done, and I will be back in a few.
Alright, so I will be back soon to take a peek at, or show you what we've done so far, but as promised, it's almost time to perform our ritual. Not sure where the moon is, but it's close. I lured a sheep in with some wheat, boxed him in with some dirt. According to this right now, altar is redstone circle, altar circle placed on dirt, altar can see the moon, altar has sufficient natural earth, altar is in darkness. I am just now waiting for the midnight hour, and then we will be able to get our sigil. Once we get our sigil, then I want our deep dark. Deep dark, and we'll see what other cool stuff we can do. But first off, we'll get our sigil. I'm going to collect all of the cursed earth, I think that's what they call it, that comes down with my silk touch pick. So hopefully we'll be able to use that in some future mob farm sort of type of things and stuff. So all I gotta do is wait. How close are we? Still too early. Alright, I'm gonna wait here until it's time, and then I will come back and we'll go ahead and make this kill. Up, and there we go. It is midnight. The sigil is glowing, so let's go ahead and make our sacrifice. There we go. Yes! Okay, we got lots of mobs here, so let's... Oh, shoot. I'm about to die. And I died. Alright, well, we'll come back and collect this in a sec. Alright, so we're back. And I collected a decent amount of the cursed earth. If you're wondering why I'm still level 55, that's one of the settings on a server here. Again, like I said, we're playing on the server of a friend of RenEvo's, our co-worker of RenEvo's, and it's kind of like their family-friendly server. So we, when we couldn't get gravestones to work, and in a mod pack like this, you're gonna die, and not having gravestones was pretty brutal. So the only way they could kind of make it work to be able to not lose stuff, lava and things like that, is they basically disabled dropping items on death. Byproduct of that is we don't lose experience when we die either. It's not super, I mean, it's cheaty and all, but it's not super, because, I mean, again, this is a mod pack. You can fly and do all kinds of other stuff. But I just want to put that out just in case you're wondering, because I did die. But like I said, one of the things about this mod pack is when you die, you definitely don't lose stuff, everything. So anyway, let me do a quick little, since I did some work, I'm going to show this off real fast. That way we can get back into other stuff. But I did make a bit of progress on the interior. Not so much furnishing it, but rooms. So all the hallways kind of have this this wood-like design. This is how we ended up with our stairways down into storage. This is one of our rooms here. This is going to be the library. Ended up changing kind of the textures of this, and some of these rooms really just stand out. I really like how that turned out. This is going to be the little bar room. Again, cool look. This is our fancy sitting room, little living room. Got the fireplace that'll be here. Not really feeling confident in setting things on fire just because of fire spread. So right now it's just going to be a fireplace, but we'll furnish this up. Cool little bookshelves, and I use the bloodwood as a nice, real cool contrast in there. TV entertainment center stuff's going to go in here. A couple tables, just another like a game room kind of thing. That's back to the front. This is going to be our kitchen. Really kind of came together. I wasn't sure about this fantasy block, but for as a kitchen looks, I think it looks pretty cool. This will be our big dining room, so we'll have a large table and stuff, and you know, just be like the little eating room. Upstairs, I got one area I haven't gotten to yet. So this one here is kind of like my bedroom. I was trying to do different colors and things, so some of these colors are going to be kind of bright. But again, I really like how this turned out, you know, with the micro blocks, and they don't kind of do weird texturing anymore, so it looks cool. Like little closet rooms or stuff. I haven't quite decided what'll specifically go in each one of these. Another bedroom in the back. These two bedrooms, like this one got really bright, but it's like gonna be like a kid's room. So I explain away the crazy brightness of the colors. Same with this one. So say it's a daughter's room, and that's the boy's room. But I just trying to, you know, like I said, different colors and things. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time up there. I haven't quite gotten into this room, so this kind of shows you what they look like as they're in process of being kind of fleshed out. But yeah, so there's a good old mansion. Now it is time to continue on. We have our activated sigil. Yes. So we'll head back down to our storage room. Time to get together some items. I get confusing this room. I need something that points me in the right direction. I mean, I know it's right here now, but I definitely need something to point me in the right direction sometimes. But I'm over here. So let me look at what I need, what I want to do first. I'm thinking deep dark, so I'm going to have to get someplace safe with all the materials I need, because the deep dark is the toughest one. It's 9 unstable ingots, and then getting them all placed in the amount of time necessary. So I might practice a couple times maybe, but anyway, let me get to work, and I will be back in a few. All right, so I am ready. So I've got enough to make, it's only 4 unstable ingots. It's 4 unstable ingots, 4 triple compressed cobble, and 1 quadruple compressed cobble. Just like this. Quadruple, triples. So I was all excited because I was thinking I got this because I could use the crafting station and I can shift click into the... Nope. Didn't work that way. So I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, but it shouldn't be that hard. I'm figuring as soon as I shift click these things, I'll get all 4 of them. Boom, 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 boom. Put this in the middle, grab it, and spin it around. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, shit. Oh, wasn't expecting that. Oof. Oh, that threw me off. Well, talking about coming close. All right, but we did it. So we can now enter the deep dark. So, and I looked over there. Normally there's a bunch of other cool recipes for the unstable ingots. Basically, the choices I have are the tools. It's not till the later version of extra utilities that they start to throw in like the angel wings and some of the other things. So that's really all I kind of need to do at the moment. I do need to figure out where I want to stick this, and I don't know. I was thinking like down here seemed to be a cool place since you're already down in the depths and the bowels, and man, you can see I've got a lot of tunnels around here. If I ever wanted to do like a natural mob farm, it would be difficult. So, yes, I think we're gonna go ahead and stick it right under here, near where this goes, so when I can just zoom, I can just take a linking book to it and then click over on it, so it should work pretty good. So I think that's a good spot. We'll go ahead and stick him right there. Now what I need to do though, I don't know why I'm even heading up, I don't need that anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and dump all this stuff in our storage system. That's going to come in handy at some point. I want to make sure I have enough torches. Tinkers versus Minecraft. What kind do I have in here? Oh, yes. I don't have enough of those right at the moment. So I think we'll just take a couple stacks of these. I'm going to dump all this stuff in there, as well as that. What I do need is some building blocks. Let's see, what do we got for the cobble? Thinking I'll go with the good cobble. You can do a lot with cobble in this pack. I don't seem to have a lot, which means I have to come up and over here. I mean, I have a lot. It's just in a different form. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be more than enough. What else do we have that I might want to use to make it stone? Yeah. 7, 8, 9. See, I actually started making some of the higher levels barrels. Alright, so stone, cobble. I do need glowstone. That red sandstone, I wonder if I could do a lot with that. That's a pretty cool looking block. I guess it's in here. It's been a little bit since I played, I'll be honest. I've actually been playing vanilla. I don't know what it was. I was thinking that I was just gonna have a hard time getting to vanilla because you play this for a while, you get used to all the mods, and you're like, man, I can't live without the mods. Man, I'm having a ton of fun with vanilla. So I'm actually planning on doing both. So I'm going to start a vanilla LP, and I'm thinking I'm just going to take turns going back and forth between the two series. So it should be kind of fun. I got a pretty epic plan in store for the vanilla, and lucky for us, it's RenEvo's doing it on the Minecraft Realms, so we have basically a server that's going to be here for a while. I don't have to worry about mods that are no longer supported, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what we can do on that on a world that is just going to be around for a while. And I've been thinking about this, I'm having fun with this, and I'm going to have fun with it. But there's going to come a time when just not having the ability to upgrade to the newer versions of mods is going to, I don't know, it's going to suck a little bit. We're going to want some of the newer mods, and I'm not going to be able to because the mod pack doesn't. So we're going to keep playing on this. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. So yeah, we're going to keep playing on this, but I'm also going to be playing vanilla. That way, at some point, if we do have to move on to another modded, we still have vanilla. So anyway, let's go ahead and actually, you know what? Let's grab those magnum torches while I'm thinking about it. Oh, those torches are in here. That's right. And here. So yep, we'll grab those. That way we can kind of help ourselves a little bit here. And the big part of this is going to be getting our pathway set to get down there. And actually, I need to get ladders too, I think. So we'll pop in together, and then I'm going to, well, stop recording. I'm going to go back and get a few things. But, there we are. Yep, so here we are. I'm going to actually go right back now. get some ladders. I'm going to make our pathway down, and then I'll be back, and maybe we'll take a look to see if we can find one of those the deep dark fortresses or something like that. But let me see how much time we have left, and at least get a pathway down to the surface and whatnot, and then I'll be back in a few. All right, so initial pathway down is now complete. I'll show that off real fast. Just kind of prettied up the room a little bit. Made a sheltered stairwell down with lighting every 10 blocks or so to keep us from taking any damage as we go down. I could always make it too wide so that I could put a drop pool at the bottom and jump off the edge, but I don't know how often I'll actually be using it, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. And then at the bottom I got another little staging area, and then we kind of move into the lower extremities. Now, getting down to this point, I realize what it is that, I've been wanting to do. Right now, I've been using a quarry. I used an ender quarry a little bit when I was in the nether because it replaced everything with dirt, but there's better and better ways we can upgrade. I could go straight to the, some drill thing that drills into bedrock takes lots of power, which I can get from RenEvo. Problem with that is he just ends up with 40,000 diamonds or something like that, and that just gets a little over the top. So what I'm thinking of doing is just upgrading to the next tier of actual quarries, which for this case is going to be the Quarry Plus. And I'm pretty sure this is it's definitely part of Buildcraft. So we got our normal quarry, but you have your there you go, Quarry Plus. And what that's going to take is a regular quarry plus some chipsets, some pipe wire, and chests. And the cool part of this is you can actually enchant this. So you can put on there efficiency to make it mine faster, plus with lots of power. Silk touch, fortune, all these different things that you can do. I'm probably going to go silk touch because fortune takes insane amounts of power, which again, power is not really that big of an issue. But at least with the silk touch, then I get stone as opposed to the cobble, and that's kind of where I'm at right now, as I'm thinking I would go with the silk touch. But does this actually take me up to the surface? I had no idea. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll have to make sure I'm careful about that. But yeah, so to be able to make this, I am missing a very important part of this whole equation, which is I don't even have a laser assembly table or lasers yet. So it's time to head back to the base, and we've got to create ourselves or build ourselves a Buildcraft, like I said, a manufacturing room, whatever we want to call it. I mean, we always had those extra spaces, so now we have something that we actually need to put in one of these. So, got to get to work. Gonna make me some lasers, assembly table. Got to route my power and things like that, because now we finally have a reason for standard Buildcraft Minecraft jewels. I haven't had to use this up to this point because everything here used the other stuff. Now my question is this converter, what do we have? Energy bridge, MJ consumer, and EU producer. So now it says MJ. I may have to play with this a little bit. Right now, I'm taking power from this, which I'm getting from RenEvo, which goes into here, converts it to EU, and the rest of this basically just gets automatically routed. If I pull up my wrench, then we can see, well, I thought I had more of these. Fine, we'll just drop down real fast. Yeah, so it just basically goes from there right up into there, and the rest of the stuff feeds over all these other stuff. But I'm pretty sure this Ender IO stuff will not take or will not power Buildcraft stuff. Not yet. In future Buildcraft stuff it will, which means I'm going to look at this first, but I may actually have to set this up, which gets dangerous because there's that whole overheating issue. Although using these fluid ducts and stuff, I've been able to, pumping water wasn't as big of an issue as it was before. I definitely don't want to have this thing explode down here though. It's got a lot of important stuff. Well, let me do some thinking off camera, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to kind of move forward with this. So I will be back in a few. Alright, so this isn't going to be quite as difficult as I thought. I'm going to leave these here for decorations, but they are not required. I can definitely use redstone energy conduits from thermal expansion, and they will basically pick up the power off this Ender IO, and I basically filled up this fluid transposer. So yes, power is not an issue. But I'm pretty much right now kind of getting my basic stuff right now. I went over to Data's house and so I have all this stuff with me. I took a bunch of supplies so I can use his current setup to get some of the starter chipsets and things going. Then I can come back here and build my own set. So anyway, just figured I'd show you. We don't have to run those yet. Maybe never. This still works. And the cool part about this is this thing sends items and everything. So we're going to get into this when we actually set up our Quarry Plus that this little baby here is going to make. It's cool. So anyway, I will be back in a few. Alright, so we have definitely made a bit of progress here. Let's head back over to this our little corner here. I got 32 lasers right now set up, 2 on each side. If we come over here, you can see in the back, this redstone energy conduit saved my butt. And the cool part is it connects directly to the actual Ender IO conduit, so I don't even have to have anything between them. It just connects right to it. Allows me to power this. Right now I've got 2 assembly tables. I may be actually switching this up to 4 just so for the recipes. I don't want conflicting recipes. I already had the issue when I tried to make a redstone chipset, or I had the recipe for redstone chipset, tried to make a diamond one, and instantly tried to create the redstone one. Because you have to have all the recipes active inside of here for the interface to work when you're sending stuff in. Yep. All right. Got a dead jetpack. So basically, I've got using facades, and I'll pull my hammer down here. You can see we've got the Ender IO conduit running up into here. Got the ME interfaces up there, so it feeds into these. So all I really have to do is come into here. All I have is chipsets right now so far. So we'll take out another diamond one, tell it I want to craft one, and instantly, poof, it sends in our items into here. I've got import buses on the sides, and I am using the whitelist on it, so it only is going to withdraw the completed items, which will allow us to keep the stuff in there. But like I said, I'll probably have to make a separate one, because if you see, to make redstone, it automatically is going to take the redstone out of what I'm trying to do for the diamond. So I'll make a separate one for just redstone and maybe some of the gates. But that way there's no conflicting recipes. But yeah, right now it's all connected. Easy day to make whatever I need for my recipes. I just got to add in a couple more, including my gates. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here. This has definitely been a little bit of a long episode. So for our next one, we'll go ahead and get started basically with the Quarry Plus and some of the other stuff. So we'll get into those recipes, the new sizes, setting that up, as well as how we're going to run our items and everything through the magic that is this block, which I don't remember the name of. The dimensional transceiver. Ender IO, I love this. I love this mod. So that's kind of where we're going, and in addition with that, we'll be able to send it straight into here. I'm going to do some tweaking to start automatically then routing ores inside of here to basically get processed. So that we'll be able to just turn it on and let it go. And then in addition, we can come over here and I can finally get this stuff here running. Which means I'll finally have my iridium, and I can make my quantum set and a few other things. So that's kind of what the plan is. I don't know if we'll get all that done in our next episode, but that's what the plan is. But of course, before that, we're actually, I think, going to have the first episode on the vanilla server. So we'll do a quick walkthrough on that one of where I am, kind of some of the plans, and we'll kind of go back and forth, like I said, between the two. Man, I love how this turned out. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.